What's up YouTube? How are you doing? Chana Deer Techno Dad here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you and explain exactly how I have everything connected up. PS5, Xbox Series X, LG OLED, Marantz AV receiver, along with 4K Blu-ray players, streaming devices, all that kind of stuff, and how it all works. I think I got 9 devices all together, and I can switch between them with the press of one button. So let's get into it right after the jump. And I'm back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is up? I am feeling great. I hope you are too. And one of the things I know a lot of people are talking about and wondering about is, okay, my AV receiver has one 8K input. My TV's got 2 HDMI 2.1 inputs. What do I do? Well, luckily for me, I have the LG from 2019. That's the E9 OLED, and it has 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, full bandwidth, by the way, 48 gigabits per second. Does it matter? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But we know that the PlayStation 5 will work with the AV receiver and the TV. However, the Xbox Series X will not. That has to go directly into the TV. Now, if you see this list of equipment just scrolling along next to me, this is everything I have in my entertainment rack, and everything is connected and working properly. So how do I get all this stuff connected? You know, I had to be a little creative as I have another piece of gear coming in. It is the Zapiti media player. So that should be here on Friday. So I'm stoked about that. I get to get that up and running. As right now, I'm using like an external hard drive going into my Oppo UDP-203, which is been doing a great job of playing all that content. So I've got the Oppo, I've got a DirecTV box, I've got 3 streaming boxes. Now I have the Apple TV 4K and the brand new Shield TV Pro, sorry. It's not brand new, but it's the newest one. And I've got the Roku Ultra. Now I've been having some issues with the Roku Ultra, and you're probably like, well, why do you have so many streaming devices? Of course I'm making a video on the best streaming device, but it's actually like, I would get rid of the Roku Ultra if my wife didn't like it so much. So she likes it, and she's been having some issues. It's not playing well with the Marantz SR7015, so that is connected directly to the TV. The other component that's connected directly to the TV is the Xbox Series X. So we've got that connected to the TV. We got the TV connected to the AVR. The PS5 is connected to the AVR. The Apple TV, NVIDIA Shield, my older Xbox One X, the Oppo 203, the cable box, all plugged into the AV receiver, along with my, Bluesound Node 2i. That's also plugged into the AV receiver. Now I'm using a Logitech Harmony remote control that has enough slots for multiple devices. I think I've got 10 devices set up in there, and it's all about the activities. So if you don't know how to set up activities, I made a video about that a while back, and I'll link that down in the description and with the card on top. Now, you need to make sure that you've got everything set up properly. So there's a bunch of settings you need to do to make sure you're getting 4K 120 from the PS5 through the Marantz into the LG. So make sure you got that done. If you don't know how to do that, I obviously made a video about that as well. Then to get the eARC working from the LG OLED into the Marantz, I made a video about that. So if you don't know how to do that, you need to make sure eARC is on. You also need to make sure CEC is also activated on the AVR and the TV as well. And then I think the other part is just going through and fine-tuning the activities on the MyHarmony app to make your remote function the way you want to. Now, one of the big things and a pro tip I can give you guys is that a lot of people kind of get confused when they're using ARC or eARC and they're pressing the volume button up or down and they do not see a volume meter, and they're like, where did my volume meter go? Well, let's think about this here. What you're doing is you're displaying an image on the TV without going through the AVR, right? So the TV image, the video is there, and you're just sending audio to the AVR. So if you can only see the volume bar on an AV receiver, it's only going to be when video is being sent from the AV receiver to the TV, and in this case, it is not. So we need to make sure CEC is all set up. And once that is set up, one pro tip, here it is, guys. go into the My Harmony app. And when you have something like the Xbox Series X set up, so it's going to turn on the Xbox, it's going to turn on the TV, it's going to set the TV to the input of the Xbox, and then it's going to turn on the AV receiver and set the AV receiver to TV audio. What you want to do is designate, and it's going to ask you what controls the volume in this activity. So instead of saying the AV receiver controls the volume, say the TV controls the volume. Now, at least when I press the volume up or down, I get a visual readout on the TV that I'm doing something. Otherwise, you'll just hit up, 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 and it'll just incrementally, by very, very small amounts, increase the volume. And then you'll press and hold down, and then it'll just, volume will skyrocket, your ears will bust out and bleed and, breaking windows and all that kind of stuff. And we don't want any of that. So what you want to do is you want to just set it so that the Harmony thinks the TV is controlling the volume, in which case it does, but it is sending that signal to the AVR through ARC and CEC. So you need to make sure the ARC and CEC are active on both the TV and the AVR. So let's go upstairs, and pardon the microphone. It's just we're going to be using the internal microphone on the camera. So yeah, it's going to sound a lot different than this guy right here. So we're going to go upstairs, and I'm going to kind of give you guys a demo on how everything is working properly with the Harmony remote. And this is a fairly straightforward setup. You guys can do this at home as well. Okay, so here we are behind the TV. We've got the Series X here, and on this tower of AV receivers and turntable, we have the PlayStation 5 here. Now over here is where we've got a few connections. The top one, this is the Series X, HDMI 2, this is the ARC port, this goes to the AV receiver, and HDMI 3, that is going to the Roku Ultra. This other HDMI is for another device over there, if my kid wants to plug in his Xbox and play on the big screen. So I've got two devices going directly to the TV that need to ARC, eARC, back down to the AVR, and then everything else is plugged in to the AVR. The Oppo, the cable box, the Xbox One, the Node 2i, the Roku Ultra is going up to there, the NVIDIA Shield and the Apple TV are going directly into the SR7015, and so is the PlayStation 5. That is also going into the AVR. All right, everybody, so let us start this here. Everything is off, and I'm just going to turn on DirecTV. And here we are, DirecTV. You can see the logo there rolling around. It's a screensaver. I mean, I think there's a little Judge Mathis that was on the TV, so that's that. That is like normal, okay? Activities, and you can see my activity list here. It's fairly long. Oppo 203. And now here we are at the Oppo. Okay, so this is all like normal, right? So the PlayStation 5 is on, and looks, there's an update. Let's do that later. PlayStation 5 is on and all that kind of stuff. So let's jump over to there. All right, so I have it here at the bottom, PS5. And of course, the stupid PlayStation went into sleep mode, so I used the controller to control it, like the actual PS5 controller, to wake it up. There we go, I heard something. And there we are. This thing falls asleep way too often for my taste, but here is the PS5, okay? This is coming in through the 8K port on the Marantz SR7015. Focusing on this, and then you see it right there, Series X. So now it's changing inputs from HDMI 2 to HDMI 1 on the TV, and then the audio is switched to TV audio on the Marantz. Let's go to the NVIDIA Shield. Now this is also through the receiver, so now the TV is going back to HDMI 2. The receiver is changing to Shield, and then I actually have to use the Shield remote because it's a different remote. It doesn't work on IR. Okay, so here we are with the Shield, and we are here in Video Games. This is the Shield, and we're back on the AVR. Now, one of the things is I have the Apple TV 4K, I have the NVIDIA Shield, and I have the Roku Ultra, which I don't need all of those things, but my wife does like the Roku Ultra, and the Roku Ultra is the same thing as the Xbox. It is connected directly to the TV, and we're sending the audio back through the TV via ARC to the AVR. So if we were to go back to that, or want to go to the Roku Ultra, we're going back, and I believe this is it. We were watching something on Hulu. Yes, we were watching Love Island UK. Fantastic show, tons of drama. Gotta love it. So yeah, so this is the Roku. And again, using the TV audio, I'll turn the volume up. You'll see it on the LG. So again, this is the same pro tip so that you can actually see visually that a button has been pressed for volume up or down. And that's all done by telling the Logitech system that the volume is controlled by the TV. Again, this will only work if CEC is turned on both the TV and the AVR. All right, so there you go. Pretty simple, but at the same time, really, really awesome. Now I have everything connected and everything works as it should. Even the Xbox One X, which I really need to I just need to get it out of there. I need to sell that thing. I got like 3 of them I need to sell now. And I think I might just leave the Xbox Series X behind the TV like that because of the vent at the top. Because if I put it in my rack sideways, it's just going to be venting into the AVR or into the center channel speakers. So, those are the only 2 places I have to put it there. I'm not going to put it in front of the TV. I don't have any room on my rack next to the TV. So I think the best option for me is to just leave it back there along with the PS5 on that, the rack and the tower of equipment I got to swap in and out. And I think the best part about both those devices is if you're just using the controller to control the devices, you don't actually need a line of sight, right? Those controllers work on different protocols. It's not IR. And that's one thing you'll definitely notice in the My Harmony app. It'll say, oh, well, the remote control won't be able to control that. And same thing with the NVIDIA Shield. It says that the NVIDIA Shield won't be able to be controlled by the Harmony remote. So you will need a remote for that. And it's just one of those things, right? It just uses a different protocol. It doesn't use IR. So there you have it. Now, when I was doing this, I also did verify through the Marantz AV app that we are getting the full uncompressed Dolby Atmos via True HD coming through the LG OLED into the Marantz SR7015 from the Xbox Series X. So for those of you wondering if that worked, it does work. And I do have a setup video on how to do that. I'll link it down below and with a card up top as well. Now, if you guys have questions about setup or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below or hit me up on social or email, whatever you like to use. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad. I'll see you next time.